Good morning. On behalf of the German Polish-Ukrainian Society, I would like to welcome you all, our distinguished guests, speakers and panelists, fellows and friends of the Democracy Study Center. Our first Pulse of Ukraine Forum took place at Maidan Square, which is in so many senses the heart of the city of Kiev and of the whole of Ukraine. This time we are holding our meeting on the left bank of the river where our kids center is located and which has already become a great focus of new life and activity in this area. Our goal today is to share a pulse of Ukraine, the heartbeat of the country that has gone through so many transformations and is still facing enormous challenges. I have always been deeply impressed by this new generation of young Ukrainians. With passion and enthusiasm, they are actively building a strong civil society and fighting relentlessly to implement the reforms needed to set their country on the right course for the future. I have experienced this at first hand, and that's why I'm convinced that they deserve all possible support from us. Safeguarding democracy calls for strengthening and educating Democrats. That is what the GPUS wants to do. Our Democracy Study Center, which we opened 3 years ago, with the generous support of the German Foreign Office, is a hot spot for the advancement of democracy and think and do tank for young academics and professionals from Ukraine and the other countries such as Georgia, Moldova, and Russia. At the Democracy Study Center, the young fellows discuss and discover ways to foster democratic stability, to reinforce the rule of law, and develop a strong civil society. Young people in Eastern Europe are dreaming of life in a democratic country. You, the young generation in Ukraine and the other countries of the Eastern Partnership, are a great asset to the whole of Europe. You should be encouraged to take the helm and it will be to the benefit of us all. The second class of fellows will be awarded their certificates today. The ceremony will be a proud moment for them, for the Democracy Study Center and GPUS as a founding body. Democracy is under pressure, and not only in this part of Europe. My two home countries, Poland and Germany, are each facing challenges of their own with respect to institutional integrity and political attitudes. We are witnessing democratic disintegration on different levels, driven by rising populism and technological change that has the ability both to strengthen democratic participation and to undermine it. Observing, analyzing, and making these developments visible is the aim of today's conference. But to speak about these challenges is not enough. We also have to speak up against those who want to set the clock back to authoritarianism and repression. For that, we need inspiration. We need to experience the pulse of Ukraine. Our cities, our future is the key topic of our 2019 forum. A phrase from US politics in the 80s, all politics is local, is just as relevant in Ukraine today as it was in America back then. Cities are a driving force of economic prosperity and political progress, vital centers of democracy and the focus of both social tension and community cohesion. Kiev is a global city with an ancient heritage and many modern challenges. Different cities face many different challenges. Urban planning policies and smart investment play a vital part in making them both dynamic and harmonious places to live in. Cities can be the source of both security and insecurity, pioneers of democracy and national reform, while fostering crime and corruption. somewhere for citizens to build strong communities, but also the cause of individual loneliness and alienation, a source of environmental pollution and the inspiration for ecological innovation. The scene of intercommunal tension versus platforms for successful integration. Our forums, 4 panels, and keynote debate will address these topics, bringing together discussants with very different professional profiles, interests, and expertise. The concluding debate tomorrow morning will challenge the alumni and audience to identify their priorities and set an agenda for the future. We have a great program today and tomorrow, and many of you have contributed to this success. That's what I want to say, a big thank you to everybody who has supported us or participated here. In particular, however, I should mention the German Federal Foreign Office, without whose funding the project would never have got off the ground. Thank you. Thank you so much. I must also praise and thank our project manager, Irina Czernisch, her management team, and our senior fellow, Andreas Umland. Many thanks also to Quentin Peel, our incomparable master of ceremony, for his advice and help, and to all the distinguished speakers we were fortunate to welcome here from Ukraine and abroad, and especially Niev King, Juliana Kerr, and Edward Luce, who come all the way from Chicago and Washington. And my personal thanks to Rafał Dudkiewicz, who has been so helpful in finding speakers and guiding our agenda. Last but not least, my warmest thanks go to our great friend and supporters, Wolfgang Binzeil, who is ending his diplomatic mission here in Kiev. We wish you all the very best for your next post. Dear fellows and alumni, it's wonderful to have you here with us today. For my part, let me wish you an exciting, challenging, and inspiring debate with us today and tomorrow.
Yes, dear Barbara, thank you very much for these warm words. As always, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be here and to greet the audience, and to be at the Pulse of Ukraine Forum. This forum particularly brings together a group of very renowned experts, and it's apart from this awfully interesting discussion we are expecting on populism, which is a key theme, I think, in Ukraine, but not only in Ukraine, but worldwide at this point. The theme is about urbanistic, I understand, and that is also a very well-chosen topic. I would like to commend you, Barbara, for choosing this. It's important for Ukraine for several reasons. Just to mention a few: historic legacy and overcoming Soviet planning, the ongoing urbanization of Ukraine or the society in this country, and of course that is also dear to us as Germans, the process of decentralization, which is also connected to the development of cities, smaller cities, big cities, and so on. Big cities are incubators of change. Revolutions always happen in the biggest city of a country, but also social and technical developments, evolution, first develops in urban environment, and that's what causes and conditions the atmosphere of liberty in cities. In German we have a saying for that, we say Stadtluft macht frei. The air in the cities makes you feel free. We are living in times of fundamental political change in Ukraine. The peaceful and constitutional change of power we have witnessed a few weeks ago as a consequence of the presidential elections actually equals a revolution. it is like a formal end to the post-Maidan area, if I may say so, a generational change and the opportunity to rethink or to find a new approach to the understanding of state power. When we talk about this political change, decentralization and local self-government can also play an important role. It allows for city administrations to satisfy the needs more directly, the needs of the population. And Germany has emphasized this strongly, and we give political support in the form of special advisor to the government of Ukraine, Mr. Milbart. Dear Barbara, I would like to use also this opportunity to express all my gratitude and respect for the tremendous work you have been doing here in Kiev in offering a platform for Ukrainian society, reaching out to brilliant Ukrainian youth and inspiring them with intellectual challenges, discussions on the highest level like today, and last not least for fostering also ties between Ukraine, Poland and Germany. And you have set a real mark and of friendship in this country, and I wish you and your project all the success you and your team deserves, including the students of this Democracy Center. I'm saying this emphatically because of, as you mentioned, it's a kind of farewell greeting for me too. I will be leaving Ukraine after 4 years here, fantastic years. I am leaving, it's emotionally difficult for me to leave, let's put it this way. I have been following the Democracy Studies Center right from the beginning when I started here 4 years ago. Always the beginning of the academic year or the end of the academic years or discussions like today. It was always a great experience. So thank you again. Good luck, good success for continuation of this and a fruitful discussion today. Thank you.
Сергій Тетюк. Take a diploma. Take your diploma. Ярина Самусевич is not here. Анастасія Поцумбан. I don't see her. Галина Нікітіна. Here. Марія Левченко. Микола Колотило. Крістіна Карельська. Орися Грудка. Ольга Дупляк. No, not here, not here, not. Станіслав Брус. He will be tomorrow. Крістіна Боровкова. Олена Сороцинська. No, not here. Анастасія Бойчук is not here. Інна Бойків. Марія Теслюк. No, not here. Ярослав Бошко. Not here. Тамар Чапідзе. She did not come. She is from Georgia. Вікторія Государська. She probably sick. Валерія Іжик. Павло Колотвін. I don't see. No? Ігор Кравець. Піар. Сергій Мариничев. Олена Огороднік. Анна Познякова. So we start our panel discussion.